Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Lowrider magazine, January 1996. On the cover, a clean-looking 66 Chevy Impala convertible, which is still around and looks the same. It's in Japan and I think it's doing well. I'm gonna post some pictures later. Also, there's a lot of coverage of the LA Super Show, same as in the last video I did. So this is the year after, so I think it's cool to see how things changed, and you guys probably know who made Lowrider of the Year that year as well. But like, it's always cool to see all those iconic cars, I think. Bro Hopper hydraulics. This is what's waiting for us in this issue. There we have a Loco 64, which is just beautiful. And as always, if you wanna read something, I try to get everything in the frame. Just hit the pause. I try to do my best here. And those 90s magazines are just full of ads. It is crazy. They are so much thicker than the 80s ones. So it takes some time to go through them. Oh, there we have a beautiful 48 ragtop. Beautiful with a Fulton visor. Those brackets are hard to come by. Those are hard to find. Nice mural on the back. Nice car. I love the little gold touches he has all over the thing. It's nice to see. And that says 48 Plymouth. It's definitely a 48 Chevy, but who am I? I mess shit up all the time. So here we go with the LA Super Show. Nice in front of the LA Coliseum. Nice little Nissan. And there we have Strictly Business before it turned purple. And I love this paint job on. Like, as many Lowrider of the Year, I wish that they would just have built, I don't know, like 4 different cars. And I know that the politics back then, like Lowrider magazine, like approached many of those contestants and said, hey, you have to go like way more crazy. You have to do a new paint job, you have to do a flip front, you have to do like all of those things. So that's why those cars changed a lot, which I think is sad, because it would be cool to have like every version of Strictly Business right next to each other. It would be so cool. I love that paint. So there we have a 55. I think I already featured that in one of those videos. It was in the Lowrider Bumps, the classics, that one issue that they brought up, it was featured in that, and it also was featured in a Lowrider magazine with like a normal, it's almost the same pictures, but it's pretty nice. It's a 4-door, it's black with green metal flake. It looks nice. It's hydraulics, everything chromed, like a really nice car. There we have another the Alba creation, Euro of the Year. And then we have Loco 64. And if you watch my last video, this is the coverage of the 95 LA Super Show. And he wasn't there for the 94 Super Show, where, as you can tell, he changed a lot on the car. I love Loco 64. There we have a Nissan Sentra. There we have a Conrad Garcia's Gold Rush, which made Bump Truck of the Year that year, I think. There we have a beautiful 58 ragtop. And I love that color on the Fleet line. What a good looking car. Lowrider of the Year, Mr. Joe Ray. I just love that paint. Those colors, it's just like, they go so well together. Everything on the car just goes so well together. So there we have a Mercury. As a kid, I always thought that was the car that made the cover of like a Lowrider magazine. I think in 78 or 79 there was a Mercury with flames, and it was also chopped. But it's not the same car as far as I know. And there we have Selena, which is a beautiful beautiful car. A Lowrider bump of the year? I don't think it was. Oh yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. Lowrider bump of the year. And that car is still around, which is just so nice to see. I think he restores it though. I don't know. If you know, let me know please. It's always good to hear. That 63 is cool. Mini truck. Nice Cadillac. Freaky 5 is still around as far as I know, and it looks almost the same. And I love that car. It's those cars from that era that just like left a big impression on me. The crazy interiors, the swivel seats, the flip fronts, just so cool. All of those cars are so cool. I don't know what that is. It says Nissan, but it doesn't look like a Nissan 300. It's a 200 SX, I think, with a cut-off roof. Maybe, I don't know. A E21 BMW. That car is cool. And later there was a E36 also in blue, which was pretty wild. Everything was gold plated. Look at that clean 62. The metal flake, you can, like the flakes just look amazing. There we have the D'Alba family. And there we have a 40 Chevy in a beautiful green. You never see cars like this painted. Like usually they are like black or something, but that green really fits the car. And a PCAT visor that cost more than my house. Honda Accord, Impala. That thing later was a cover car, I think, in like a 96 issue. There we have a nice looking Rivera. Just look at the interior. And nice fleet line. With those Lancers, I think that Lancers just, they fit fleet lines so well. Like everything 40s looks good on Lancers, if you ask me. By the way, I usually record my videos like late at night, like at 4 a.m. because it's really quiet outside. But today is a little bit different, so if you hear a lot of background noise, the traffic, I'm sorry, but I was just, it's snowy here, so I thought I'd just go and make a video for you guys. This thing looks nice. Beautiful. Oh, we have Punch 84, Lowrider Truck of the Year, and there we have Brandy Madness, which is such an iconic and beautiful car. I just love the grille. Like, if you ask me, like everybody nowadays, if you say Lowrider, people think about a 64 or like a 60, like whatever, you know, like any Impala. But if you ask me, and if I would have money, I would probably get a Lincoln Mark IV, a Lincoln Mark V, or like any of those late 70s Cadillacs, because they just look, there's just something about them, they look so cool. And if you put, like, it's not so much to make those cars cool, you know, you cut the bumper, you put on a 13-inch wheels, or even like 14, you know, like Rocket, Supremes, anything fits those cars very well. Oh, and I forgot T-Birds. But there we talk about a Lowrider. This is a Southside car, 59. Beautiful, just over the top, as you know, from a Southside car club. The L dumps, you know, like, it's this clean looking car. That lilac color looks cool. Beautiful bump. Beautiful. I don't know, that looks like an Oldsmobile to me. I don't know. No, a Buick, 36 Buick. I don't know. You guys tell me. And this thing is nice. The Brandy Madness, just crazy cool. This thing is wild. And look, everything gold plated. The frame gold plated. Everything gold plated. Nice 39s. The Ruedas. All Duke's cars, I think. And there we have Aladdin again. Lifestyle car. As I mentioned in the last video, as a kid I always thought like this car is that car, so I would play with this thing and like I think it's that car. Even as you can tell, like the paint is totally different, but like this thing impressed me so much as a kid. And still, like that's why if you guys love lowriders, please send Joe Ray an email. There's an email on his Instagram, and just tell him that he should make a book. We need a book about all the lifestyle cars. This thing is also like, I don't see it no more. You know, the owner still has it as far as I know, and he has another one. He has a, I don't know if it's a Cadillac. I think it's a Cadillac that he still shows, but he's not showing Aladdin. So I don't know. It would be so cool to just see like a whole book about all the lifestyle cars. That would be really cool. And a whole book about all the Southside cars. And a whole like book about, like, you know, it would be just cool to have, like, those cars are so iconic. It's rare to see a Ford as a lowrider in general, I think, you know, if it's not like a later one, but like a 40s car as a bump, it's rare. And I think it's a 39, 40, I don't know, I'm bad with Fords. We have Twilight Zone. Cool. And this dually, how badass is that? That's pretty cool. And I remember in a later, like 97 or 98, there was a feature on a tow truck. It had like the tow hook and everything on it and some patterns, and that was like one of the few cars I've seen with like dually wire wheels, and I thought that's so cool. So cool. It was also like, I don't know if that's called a Silverado or not, but cool. So there we have the hop contest of the LA Super Show. Is that the car that later was white and in that Daft Punk or whatever that video was called? Like a music video, and it was painted white with a green stripe, I think, if that's the same car. Man, the 63, crazy. Red hydraulics. So many iconic cars. So cool. That truck is nice. So I don't know if it's that truck, but I think it's in Japan now. I think, I'm not sure. And it's very rusty for what I know. Hey, we have a Rapin Forte, Cypress Hill. Again, a nice truck. I have no idea what that is. Oh, that's an Eclipse. Cool. Same as a Ford Probe. Or is that the car the same as a Ford Probe? The later Eclipse, there was an Eclipse and a Stealth, and I think it's the same car, but one was sold as a Dodge Stealth, I think. And then later there was the GT, what is it called? An all-wheel drive version of the later Eclipse. And those things are pretty badass. Wow, 57 Nomad. Nice. Suzuki Samurai. Man, I love those 67 fastbacks. And this is just beautiful, that car. The interior, the paint, everything. A beautiful car. Beautiful. Yeah, so I hope you guys don't hear the background noises. The traffic here is insane. This thing, the fastback, is nice. Even it's a 4-door, it's a pretty nice car. 64. And a T-Bird. Cool. And Show Race, Las Vegas. Man, I loved that car as a kid. This thing is beautiful. Blue Rose, that car is beautiful. I love the roof. I love the fading in, like those panels. It's just a beautiful car. I wonder where this thing is now. Please let me know if you know. In the 57 ragtop. Nice. Cool paint. Okay, there we have it, the Tropical Punch, and this car is still around. It's in Japan now. I gonna post some photos I stole from the guy's Instagram account. I hope he's cool with that. You should follow him. It's nice to see those cars from back then that are still around, and this thing actually looks the same. He might added some gold stuff, you know, that like some of the trim is now gold, but like overall it looks the same. The interior looks the same, and he drives it, which is pretty cool. I think it's so cool to see a car like this where it was like a true 90s lowrider kinda, you know, and it's still in Japan. Which, like, I talk a lot of bullshit on this channel here, but like I know that many people hate on Japan, and many people they regret maybe selling their car over there or something like that, but like overall it's good to see that they take care of their stuff and it's still around, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice looking car, and just like so 90s. Those 90s magazines are full of advertising. It is insane. They're so much thicker than the 80s ones. There we have a 77, 78 Cadillac. The interior is just over the top. I love those swivel seats. A Continental kit. Clean car. It's a 77. What a clean car. Oh, it's Lowrider of the month, January. And it also has a cut grille, like Brandy Madness. And everything is gold. Like the front, the bumper looks gold. The headlight trim is gold. Like everything chromed under the hood. What a nice car. Little bar, a TV set. Hell yes. Man, this thing is nice. So I try to get the story for you in the picture. What a good looking car. I hate when that happens. Wow, what a nice looking car. Those Cadillacs, they look so gangster. There is just something about them, they look so gangster. And I don't know if that's a stock. It's probably aftermarket, but to find one with the factory stock cut roof is pretty rare, I think. I don't know. I'm not a Cadillac guy. I just built a couple of Cadillac engines. That's what I know, like the 390s and the 331s and the 390s and stuff like this. They are pretty good engines, and I like, yeah, they are nice. There we have the Joker and Cypress Hill. Crazy. I was playing with my Lindbergh Hopper back in the day and listening to Cypress Hill. And there we have a Honda Crx Civic. I have no idea. Sorry guys, I have no idea about those cars. I had an Accord, but I never had a CR. Oh, that is a CRX. Interior looks nice. The paint looks cool. Like, nice. I don't know if you got the whole story. You probably got the story, yeah. Oh, and this is that 64 with square headlights and the cut Hollywood top. I love that car. This thing is old, and I think it was featured somewhere in the 80s. I will look for the magazine and I will feature that car. I love this thing. This is so pretty. And the Camaro is cool too. And look at the Monte Carlo. Crazy patterns on it, but looks so nice. On true race, hell yes. The mini truck looks cool too. Okay guys, so I have a question for you. So with like being into hydraulics and being into lowriders and stuff like this, there we have a nice 64 with a nice hydraulic system. And now this is my question. Nowadays, I think right now we have more cars on aircraft hydraulics than there were like through the whole lowrider history. Because even like back in the, okay, let's be fair, okay, 90s really doesn't count because all the big guys, they were selling you like hydraulic setups for like a couple of $100. In the 80s, you already had like the tailgate pumps all over the place. And in the 70s and the 60s, people weren't really showing their hydraulics. And I do understand that, and the whole setup was like a thing until like the 80s, I guess. But if you just think about how many cars there are now with like badass like Pasco setup, or like Strato Powers, IMCUs or whatever you say, that there are so many cars that are just like over the top. And you had a couple maybe in the 90s from like, you know, like the 5 legends in the game, but like overall you didn't really see hydraulic like aircraft hydraulics that much. Let me know what you think, because I don't know, I think nowadays, like even I love them way much, because yeah, I know, like it's just like, to me, as like by trade, I'm a fabricator and a machinist. I went through 2 apprenticeships, and if you look at like an aircraft hydraulic pump, the the materials are just like 10 times better than everything you can. And I'm not talking about like a custom like Black Magic hydraulic pump or something. I don't know. Let me know. Sorry for all the rambling. So this, I don't know if this video is still up, but I featured a couple of lowrider, Japanese lowrider magazines, and we had the same feature in one of those. I took a couple of them down because I want to remake him and make him a little bit better and find someone who translates the Japanese stuff to me, so maybe I can get a little bit more insight for you. But yeah, this is a clean looking 62 convertible with a nice setup. Like, just looks clean, as you know from like cars in Japan. But looks nice. It is nice. It's very like simple, clean. I hate the exhaust though. I hate that exhaust. I don't know why. It's painted white. And it hangs pretty low. I don't know. I never had a 62, but usually they tuck a little up and right next to the frame, you would think. I don't know. Nice graphics. And there we have a 60, what is that, a 65? I think it's a 65. License plate says 64.5. Oh yeah, this I never got as a kid. Why is the hydraulic setup on one side of the car and the batteries are on the driver's side? Which, if you know, let me know, please. I have no idea, because if you hop the car, you want your batteries like pretty far to the back. And I'm a guy, if I build a setup for my trunk, I always want the hydraulic tanks, the reservoirs, for like easy access. And if you ever drove, you know, like if you drive a car with 6 batteries and they are pretty far to one side, or like they're pretty like to the rear, that shit handles like not really that good, you know. You feel that weight in the car, so why would you put all the weight on the driver's side where you already sit there, where I would, like, I'm a loner, I would rather have like all the weight on the passenger side, if that helps. But I don't know. Let me know, guys. You probably know more than I do. Okay, you're probably not into this, how to install power windows on the Classic. The E36. Remember the days where you just went to a pick-up part and there were like a fleet of 60s and 70s Cadillacs, and you would just pull all the switches out and all, like everything else, and just run home to your late 60s Impala and put everything on, and most everything fits, and it's the same thing. I miss junkyards. Slow pain. Wow, a 42. Wow, this thing is clean. This thing is rare. A 42 is, oh, and it's on hydraulics. Crazy. That is pretty cool. Man, and it also has lancers. A swamp cooler. The I forgot the name of those things. It's not a curb feeler, it's a fender guide. I don't know. But pretty cool. Those things look so gangster. If you would ask me what's my favorite year of all, like the, like this style just started in 42, and it stopped pretty soon because of the war. And for 42s you have like the normal one, and then you have the one with less trim, and then you have even like a blackout edition where they painted some of the trim, or they couldn't chrome it, so the trim was painted in some cases and some of the trim was missing. which makes 42 one of like the rarest cars of all those cars. And like, I don't know, then there were no car for a 43, 44, 45, 46. It was the same body till 48, but then you had like minor changes with like the grill and stuff. But this is pretty rare. It's pretty clean, and I just love bumps on shoes. It's just cool. What a clean looking car. And then we have Portland in the house. Nice. What is that? A Bonneville, a Pontiac. And Honda Accord. I had a car like this. Wow. Nice Cadillac. Nice 63. Nice 60 with a Continental kit. Nice car. And another question, what is your dream car? Of like, you know, like a dream car to build a lowrider or a bump out of. I don't want to hear like Koenigseggs and whatever, Bugattis and shit like this. I don't know, I just want like something that, like, if you work, you can still afford. I know that like a 59, 60 ragtop is crazy money now, but like, just let me know. I don't know if you guys into the sound thing. There we have an Astro van. Man, all those amps. Jesus. Crazy. There we have the trucks. I love the wheels. And Hellraiser, the pinhead from Hellraiser. I never got that horror movie. I don't know. It's so weird, like a friend of mine, like at the time in the 90s I was a kid, and those were like the forbidden, you know, like stuff you shouldn't watch as a kid. But a friend of mine, he was like way older, he's like 20 years older than I am, and he always had cool cars. So one day we talk about horror movies, and he has the whole collection of Hellraiser. So he's like, here, like, take the Hellraiser movies, don't show it to your mom. And I didn't like him. I watched one, maybe the beginning, and I didn't get it, or I don't know. But like, I don't know. Same with like Freddy Krueger. I don't get it. Red hydraulics. Nice bike. And beautiful flakes. Look at the flakes. And on hydraulic. Hell yeah. That is so cool. Lowrider bicycle of the year. Yeah, like this thing is like clean. So clean. Nice artwork. I like the style, how he painted that. I used to paint like this, or like Sharpie. That's pretty cool. And Joe Ray's, like, this is so good, like well well drawn. Crazy, the detail. It's all pencil. And I don't know if this is a Mercedes or if it's a Cordoba. Oh yeah, so in the last video when I talked about like chopped Continentals, this is the car that I meant. It is still around, it's black with a red vinyl top, and it's heavily chopped, as you can tell. And it's a 72, so he still has the nice bumpers. This thing is so cool. I wish he would have different wheels, like white walls and like different, I don't know what those are. Maybe those are hubcap. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. But like, this thing is badass. It's so cool. I don't think it's in the Netherlands no more. I think it's somewhere like Hungary or Poland or something like that. But it's still around. It's pretty cool. Okay, I think that's it for today. Those videos, I try to make them shorter, and for some reason all I do is make him longer. I don't know, it's almost 40 minutes and I have to cut it and whatever. So anyhow, thanks for watching. See you hopefully in the next one, and bye.